Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we finally figured out how to acquire the compromising photo legitimately. I have not given it to the mayor yet because, first off, I don't think we need to. More importantly, I intend to have some fun with it. For example, let's try giving this to Dr. Reyna as a dating gift. I brought you a present. Is that the mayor? Wow, I heard the rumors, but seeing it in a photo... Well, that was her reaction. What rumors are we talking about? Should I reconsider letting the mayor become mayor some more? Nah, he's still a better mayor than Big Mama Zod. Alright, well, I suppose at this point, the only thing left to do is date Mona. For the most part, there's some experimentation I also want to do. I alluded to Friday because on the save, I have not yet mowed the lawn for Mona, and thus haven't become quite friends yet, and I'm kind of curious whether Mona will still date us, even if we're not friends yet. Hey Mona, how about a date? Sure, why not? Okay, not an enthusiastic answer, but she's willing. Let's go to the Gigantoplex Cinema. Squidley! I can't believe you remembered. The place where we had our very first date. Yep. That was definitely both intentional and thoughtful of me. Well, anyway, let's go get our tickets. $2 please, 30 currency. Of course we're buying both tickets. Don't worry, it's on me. Oh, never mind. Don't do that. Why? Because you don't think I can afford to pay for my own ticket? That's a patronizing attitude. Do you want to pay? No, it's fine. So, what did you think? That was amazing. I haven't been to a movie in so long. I mean, the plot was completely contrived, but those action scenes... Sigh. Squidley, let's talk. You always had such crazy dreams for us when we were together. I'm sure you still do. I was just wondering, what's next for Squidley? I'll be the next speaker. I want to get more into my music. Just something stable. Alright, I definitely want to figure out the best options. So... let's try something stable. I think I've calmed down these last few months. All I really want now is something stable. A good job, a nice home, a family. You really matured, Squidley. I assume that is the correct answer, then. So how is the investigation going? Are you close to catching the killer yet? You're actually interested? When I asked you about Beakler, you didn't seem interested. But we were still on uneasy terms at the time. What? Why do you ask? Did you do it? No, we're not. No, I'm trying to find out the correct answers now. I'm going to go ahead and answer since you are asking. It's going fine. I have a few suspects. Should be wrapped up by the end of this week. Well, as it so happens, it is Friday. This is the final upload day of the week. It's also Friday in this scene right now, but that'll be fixed soon. That's good to hear. It makes me nervous knowing there's a killer on the loose out there. Okay, although I would want to figure out the best way to get us together again, I already know what that is. Or at least I'm very certain of what it is. So let's do this compromising photo one more time. I brought you a present. Is that a picture of the mayor? What's he... Oh. That's weird. That's very weird. This was nice, Squidley. It was good to relive the old days one more time. But it also reminded me why we don't have a future together. At least now I know we can always still be friends, right? Yeah, of course. Goodbye. So the compromising photo probably ruined the date. Another thing I want to try is, would Mona be okay with us bringing Milton? Squidley, end of the week. Here comes the little scamp now. Morning, Dad. Good morning, son. So you'll take him somewhere fun and be back by 8 tonight, right? Whatever you say. We're going to have fun today, right, son? We sure are. I'll see you tonight at 8. Sooner than that, in fact. So we know the Gigantoplex is the place to go. Also, at this point, we have mowed the lawn and are on friendly terms. So, do you respond differently? No, same response. So I wonder if it's important for us to become friends. Oh, maybe the date didn't work out because we weren't friends. You remember? Intentional. And you brought Milton too! It's a whole family outing, just like when we were married. That's the idea. Wait. That's the idea. Milbert is always going on about how much he misses those days. You spent time with him this entire week, and you got his name wrong? Milton. Yeah. I like your suit. You look very professional without being too flashy. Alright, 2 adults please. Hey, what about me? Oh, and 1 child. Good. Because I know other times we brought Milton here, you left him outside. Is he under 3? Do I look under Yes! Well, then he gets in for free. Anyway, I don't think we want to ask Mona to pay for all of them. We don't want to be a deadbeat. So buy your own ticket. We'll each pay for our own. How's that? Sure. That works for me. Alright. For the sake of experimentation, I want to get more into my music. I've been getting back into my music. I think I can make a career out of it this time. Oh, God. The saxophone again? Don't you remember the last time you tried to go professional? You almost lost your job. We almost lost a house. You haven't even... that was automatic text. No. Sorry. It's your life now. You can do what you want with it. Alright, well, we already know this is not going well, so... Why do you ask? Did you kill him? It was you, wasn't it? Squidley, why would I kill Dex Beaglor? I only met the guy once or twice. You're the one who hated him, always moaning about the time he passed you over for promotion. If either of us did it, it was definitely you. Let's change the subject. We will at least see if the Jupiter Crooner CD is the present of choice. Brought you a present. Is this? Meet the Crooners? Oh, you remembered! This was my favorite CD before it got scratched. Thank you! Yeah, just don't put it back into that CD player, or you'll lose another one. I've had such an amazing time with you, Squidley. The Best I've had in a long time. Really? Are we too quick to give up on our relationship? I mean, if we still work this well together... Keep in touch, okay? Why not message her on Flinter and see if she wants to get back together? Nice to know that she has a different message in this instance. Well, shoot, if it went that well, despite giving 2 wrong answers, what if we just had the perfect date? But just to be absolutely certain that I know the correct options, I think just something stable is the correct option, but what if we say, when I solve this case, it'll be the big time for me. Next Dex Beagler. Who better to be the next Dex Beagler than the guy who solved his murder? Good luck with that. I mean it. Just try not to get too lost in your work. So I'm betting the family one is the best one. The stable one, I mean. As for the case, let's not talk about work. This date is about us. Ah, where was this romantic Squidley when we were married? Okay, so that's the correct option. I thought maybe it was answering her questions since she was asking. I'm just starting to remember what's important. That's all. Alright. Out of curiosity, if we don't give a gift, we're still good. I suppose there was one question that I probably should also double check, though I'm certain this is the wrong option. Ask Mona to pay. Mona, would you mind paying for these? Did you forget your wallet again? Typical Squidley. Don't worry, I've got this. Alright, that is the wrong option there. So for the perfect date with Mona, first off, definitely bring Milton. It probably helps to dress nice. Buy your own ticket, let her pay for hers. Say that Squidley wants to have something more stable. And let's not talk about work. And of course, the crooner CD. Now let's get them back together. This still says going steady with Mona. Hey Mona, I was thinking, how about we give it another shot and get back together? I thought you'd never ask. Move back home anytime. Huzzah! Yeah, we're definitely uninstalling Flinter for the final time. I'm definitely curious if there is any difference in dating if we have an otherwise perfect date but don't give her the crooner CD. Would Squidley and her have a happier marriage thanks to the CD? Or does the CD not matter? That's something to experiment with, but first I have some unfinished business to do. First things first, we're going to go back to the Gigantoplex and watch the last Marsman movie. Oh right, and also Mitruziak is here, because this is the premiere. Hey, look who's here, if it ain't my personal savior. Mitt, how's it going? Feeling nervous? I was at first, but seeing all these people here for my movie, it really amps me up. It's gonna be great, Mitt, I'm sure of it. Well, I just wanted to thank you again for making sure I was alive to be here today. Marsman may be a superhero, but you're the real hero, Squidley. Anyway, see ya in the funny pages. Isn't that what people say whenever someone's dying? Also, I wonder what the time limit for saving Mitruziak is. because I could save him on any day, but surely by the time the premiere comes around he would be dead, right? I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, I know we've already seen this one on the first run, and I guess technically we just watched it today, but I wanted to see this movie in context with the other Marsman movies. Because now, not only have we gotten used to the old Marsman, but we also have met the new one. Thanks, John, for everything. You helped me overcome my self-doubt and blew up the robot armada. It was nothing, Bradley. I'm just glad to see that this universe is in safe hands. You're a pretty dang good Marsman. You're not so bad yourself, old-timer. So, will I ever see you again? Well, once I go back through the portal, the walls between realities should heal, so probably not. But who knows, really? It's a big multiverse after all. Smell you later! Bleeper 2.0. I guess this bleeper belongs to the new Marsman. Sniff. I always cry at goodbyes. Is this a parallel to the new Ghostbusters movies? Because I haven't watched them, but I've seen in the trailers that the old cast has returned, for the most part. But I think they also have some newer cast members? Meanwhile, DJ Beagler arrives, but never mind that. So we don't get an opportunity to ask about this Marsman movie? Do we know its title? Have we heard about the title from, like, a news source or anything? I feel like we have, and I just forgot. Also, now I know what the situation with DJ Beagler arriving is. He normally arrives after 16 o'clock, but because the place closes after the final movie, he can't actually be interacted with because the place is closed. Alright, we're going to save on the final save slot. I have not actually saved on this slot yet. Now I have. Probably that's going to be the final save period. Okay, let's do an accusation. I should probably take Milton home, but, well, we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. The first accusation, not gonna be canon. We're going to accuse ourselves. Hello? Chief? Squidley here. Meet me at the courthouse. I know who killed Dex Beagler. Okay, Squidley, you got us all here. So who did it? Who killed Dex? Yes. Lay out your case, Sergeant. Well, based on my investigation, there can only be one person who could have done it. It was me. I confess. I killed Dex Beagler. Dad? Where are you going with this? Squidley? First you take that unauthorized long lunch, now this? Hold on. Squidley, can you please lay out your evidence? I really hated Dex Beagler. He was the absolute worst. I'm glad I killed him. You want real, forensic, undeniable evidence? Here we go. Dex Beagler's blood contains the venom of the rare deadly spacefish. That's what caused his death. This venom is so rare that there's only one known sample in all of Moontropolis. It's in the evidence lockup at Police HQ, a room to which I hold the only key. Wow, providing evidence falsely. You know very well that you never actually had the key. You also know very well that you didn't actually do it. I poisoned Dex, and I'd do it again. In fact, I'd poison both of you right now if I could. Sergeant Squidley, you have made a very convincing case. Yes, a case against yourself. Arrest the suspect. Take me in, Chief. I surrender. Good morning, this is Enter Newsman with Moontropolis News. Sergeant Squidley of Moontropolis PD was today found guilty of the murder of Lieutenant Dex Beagler. Squidley was a longtime co-worker of Beagler and held a bitter resentment towards the lieutenant. It is believed that this stemmed from a dispute over a promotion several years earlier. Squidley has been moved to Moontropolis Prison, where he is expected to serve 25 years to life. Really? He gets off easy compared to Officer Gorb. He has been denied any opportunity for profile. In other news, Moontropolis is to receive a new chief of police. After the dramatic resignation, etc. Langdon Vortex. Certainly wouldn't bring in Squidley for that. And looks like the rest of the ending is going to be similar to the one in which Squidley was arrested for a pyramid scheme. And then we come to Stefan Vortex, who is here with the time machine despite presumably dying. Though, thinking on it, he probably didn't actually die. They didn't necessarily find his body, did they? Maybe he actually used the time machine to get out of that. Either way, it's probably a good thing that he is here to give us the opportunity to go to New Game Plus because, well, if he wasn't here, who would? That said, before I reload and try... Oh, right, he was talking about a weird strategy. Something, arrested yourself. A bit of a weird strategy, but whatever floats your boat, I guess. Yes, we are going to fire up the time machine again. Before we accuse someone else, there's something that I want to do that is going to require that we go back to the beginning. Oh, and a tip before you go. Cornelius Caruthers is a friend of mine, and when he's at one of my parties, his bank vault is unguarded. Well, there you go. If you want to rob the bank, that's the time to do it. So, I have been informed that yes, it is actually possible to date the chief on Flinter. It is a little bit of a process to unlock him, but I was pointed to this game's wiki, and looking over the information, I figure I would share with you all how exactly that is going to be done. So, step 1, we talk to Muna at the house. What do you want, Santiago? About our breakup. And we have to say, I'm sorry for cheating on you. I'm sorry for my workplace dalliance. I shouldn't have been unfaithful to you. I have to say that one took me by surprise more than anything. I didn't know that was your type. It does explain a lot in hindsight, though. What is Santiago's type? Well, the chief, of course. So, real quick, I have gone to the crime scene, where we learn about the trash people at City Hall, which unlocks City Hall. And from there, we need to unlock Uptown using the information terminal. By the way, I read that Pippi Freeb is in this place throughout Friday. I could have sworn I tried searching here, but I didn't see her. So maybe I didn't search thoroughly enough. Oh, I need to do something else here. So our next stop is Fashions by Fabian, but... Ack! No! What is this crime against fashion I see before me? You mean my undies? Be gone from my sight! Haven't my eyes suffered enough? Okay, well, I need to change into something else real quick. I guess the uniform. Okay, so, police uniform? Fabian's fine with it. I mean, he doesn't like it, but he won't send us out. So, we need to buy the sexy lingerie. Why is lingerie spelled that way, and yet pronounced as lingerie? Careful, everyone. I'm too hot to handle. I was hoping Milton would comment on it. Anyway, with this outfit, we need to go see the chief. Well, if it ain't Santiago hanging out in my office, you got a reason to be here? I want to talk about our affair. This option only pops up if we come here after telling Mona about an affair and wearing this outfit. I'd like to talk about our affair. I don't want to hear about this. Listen, Santiago. I don't know what you're talking about. A lot of crazy stuff goes on at the old department's shindigs, and I don't want you getting the wrong idea about nothing. You understand? Oh, what am I saying? I can't say no to that outfit. Look, I like what happened between us. Maybe I'd like some more. I'm on Flinter. Just hit me up next time you're on there. It's a date. This has to be child abuse. Okay, so does that mean there's an extra option now on Flinter? Yeah, there's an extra option. It's just placed above the others. Chief? I'm not sure what that is supposed to say as his username. You, me, a date. You in? Really? I didn't think you'd actually send me a message. Yeah, let's do it. Perfect. Now to choose a venue. We got one option, and it's a place that we happen to know the chief enjoys. It's also the only place we've unlocked of places we could have a date, so how convenient. Chief, good to see ya. Oh boy, am I excited for this. Luigi makes the best pizza in town. I can't wait. Wait a second. Is that your kid? I thought this was more of a private thing. It is. Don't worry. Milton has been sworn to secrecy. Believe me, going on a date with my dad and his boss isn't something I'm going to brag about at school. Kid's got a point. Oh boy, you wore my favorite outfit. This must be my lucky day. You think you know a guy? Maybe we should order food soon. Waiter? So, Santiago. I gotta talk to you for a second. It's kind of important. Go ahead. I'm listening. Please go ahead. Thanks. Sorry. I'm kinda nervous. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This thing between us. What do you think it is? No pressure. Just having fun. I think we have a future. There's no us. We're just having fun, but... yeah, we're just having fun. We're just having fun, right? Nothing serious. Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I thought. Just wanted to confirm. According to the wiki article, that is not the answer to be giving. Well, that was delicious. What did you think, Chief? You Luigi, you crazy rubber, you did it again. And now the bill. Well, as it so happens, I'm rich. I'll take care of this. Thanks, Santiago. You're a real class act. Santiago, I'm really glad we did this. I've been thinking about you a lot. You know? This really feels like something real to me. Hit me up on the app if you want to get serious. I hope I hear from you soon. That was fun. I suppose I could try to find out what happens if we go steady with him. But it would be a long process to try to get another ending. So, nah, I'm just gonna reload my last save. But for anybody who wants to get serious with the Chief, you now know how to do it. And although we didn't necessarily have an optimal date, we still have the opportunity to have going steady. But yes, let's reload my save and get another accusation going. Alright, the next person that we are going to accuse is Dusty Borgulak. She is pretty much the biggest red herring on this adventure. I mean, besides Big Mama Zod, who is the obvious person, but Dusty ran over Dex. She has that photo in her truck that says Dex is corrupt. Not to mention the mistrusting authority and the blackmailing chief. Yeah, she was definitely a primary suspect. So, having taken the time to date her again so that we can get the extra tidbit that she loves donuts, let's go ahead and accuse her. It was Sanitation Officer Dusty Borgulak. This I can get behind. Let's get her. Hold on, Squidley. Can you please lay out your evidence? Dusty is a conspiracy theorist who mistrusts the authorities. She sees the police as agents of oppression. Dex Beagler in particular, whose photo she labeled as corrupt. She was trying to blackmail the chief here, sending him letters to stay out of her affairs. The real clincher is that there was blood on the tire of her sanitation vehicle. Dex Beagler's blood. But what about the poison found in Dex's system? Oh, we're talking about that? Well, I suppose she did have the key. The rare space fist venom? The only known sample of it in the city was in the evidence lockup of Police HQ. And the only key to that room, long thought missing, turned up in the possession of Dusty Borgulak. She planted the poison on the scene posthumously to throw us off track. As an aside, for the longest time I thought that word was posthumously, because it always seemed to be used humorously in hindsight. But no, it's just plain hindsight. Also, we're not mentioning the donuts. I didn't need to go on that date. Sergeant Squidley, you have made a very convincing case. Arrest the suspect. You heard him, Squidley. Let's go get the scumbag. And for God's sake, put on your dang uniform. I want to look professional for this. Squidley, Chief. What have I done to warrant a visit by so many cops today? This is the dame who was sending me those threatening letters? Yeah, I see it. She's got the cold eyes of a killer. Squidley, do the honors. Hey, let's all calm down here. Dusty Borgulak, you're under arrest for the murder of Dex Beagler. But I didn't do it! I swear! He was already dead when I found him. You gotta believe me. It's the judge you gotta convince. Get her out of here. So, she already knew that Dex was dead then? I was thinking that she thought she was the one who murdered him. Well, she was probably just trying to cover up because who would believe her? Well, apparently she was right to cover it up, given this situation. Alright, Moontropolis News. Dusty Borgulak has been found innocent of the murder of police officer Dex Beagler. Oh good, we did not actually ruin her life. Though tire tracks found on Beagler's body did come from the sanitation worker's vehicle, it was determined that he was run over post-mortem. Ms. Borgulak has attributed her arrest to a city-wide conspiracy aimed at silencing her. This will come as an embarrassment to Moontropolis PD, and especially to one Sergeant Squidley. Lead investigator on the murder case, he is believed to be responsible for the false accusation. And then Chief of Police. As an aside, I'm kind of proud of myself. I managed to figure out who the real killer was on the first run. Had no idea how to prove it, but still. Well, at the very least, Squidley made a mistake, but he wasn't fired this time. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next accusation. It was Big Mama Zod. Yeah, of course we're gonna accuse the obvious person. Zod, I knew it. Let's go get her. Hold on, Squidley, can you please lay out your evidence? Dex Beagler's body was found in an alley in the Ganglands, right outside of Underworld. A nightclub owned by one Big Mama Zod. As we all know, Big Mama Zod is the alleged head of a dangerous crime syndicate. Dex Beagler spent some time undercover in this organization 10 years ago. This culminated in Zod being arrested by Beagler, though she was later acquitted on a technicality. While Dex was undercover, he fell for a girl named Shelly. Shelly Zod, Big Mama's daughter. I doubt that's something Big Mama would be too happy about. But it gets even more scandalous. Dex and Shelly conceived a child, Chip. I admit you have a few leads, but that's not nearly enough to charge somebody with murder. You're going to need more compelling evidence than that. Dang it, you made us both look bad. Sorry. Get back to work. Okay. And Squidley has collapsed from starvation. You know what? We're going to blame the false accusation on starvation. He was just not thinking straight. Oh, there was a message there saying something. Meanwhile, Milton's been downgraded to just an acquaintance. And because it is now Monday morning, past the deadline, we get this again. Well, I'm not going to go through with the accusation while Milton is just an acquaintance. In fact, I'm not sure that I want to bring Milton at all. But I will, just to see what happens. Maybe he'll enjoy being at a gunfight. That's right. It is time to accuse Officer Gorb once and for all. A traitor in our department? Hold on, Squidley. Can you please lay out your evidence? Gorb saw Beagler as a hero. He was the reason she joined the force in the first place. But actually working alongside the man didn't live up to her expectations. The Beagler she met was a flawed, jaded man. He cheated on his wife. He did dirty work for Stefan Vortex on the side. He relegated Gorb to boring, menial tasks like fetching him his coffee. The reality disgusted Gorb. She wasted her life worshipping a false idol. She went back to her apartment and tore down all of her Dex Beagler posters in disgust. But let's jump back to that coffee. Dex Beagler died through drinking coffee contaminated with deadly spacefish venom. Coffee that Gorb had brought him. Containing venom from the police HQ evidence room. The key to which was mysteriously thrown in the trash. By the way, did you know Dex had a secret family living in the ganglands? Shelly, an ex of his, and their son, Chip. He was on his way out to visit them when the poison hit. He collapsed in an alley right outside their apartment. He was discovered there in the small hours of the morning by a street cleaner, Dusty Borgulak. She accidentally ran over his already dead body. In a panic, he hid it in a dumpster. Then she called in an anonymous tip, which brings us to here. And that is how the cookie crumbled. So yeah, we have that extra detail about the bloody tire. Not really important to solve the case. The other evidence was enough. But I wanted to have a complete accusation. So, Officer Gorb admits it. There's definitely no going to be news of her being innocent. And we are going to shoot Gorb. Squidley shot first. Officer Gorb found guilty. Meeting the real man left Gorb disillusioned. Killed him using rare poison. She had a limp, because she got shot. Kind of a deserving shot. Life sentence. Not 25 to life, just straight up life. Chief resigns. Squidley appointed mayor. I know what's going on here. Okay, so my first thought was, wait, why isn't Mona here? But then I was looking at the scenery. We're at the hospital. All's well that ends well, I guess. Hey, Squidley, you can come in now. Finally, out of my way. Is that her? Squidley, say hello to your new baby daughter. Ah. Ah! Wait. So, first off, the dialogue here is automatic. But does that mean that Squidley's tentacles are actually fingers? Okay, that'll make eating interesting. Well then, that is the end of Sergeant Squidley Space Cop. See, it even says right there, the end. And it just occurred to me, we didn't get a visit from Clorback III. And I was looking at that wiki article, doesn't say anything about him serving a purpose other than he appears in the ending under certain conditions. Apparently getting the baby ending is a condition that Clorback III does not appear. So I guess the reward for giving Clorback III money is simply an extended ending. I still would have liked to have started New Game Plus, having max money. No, we are not going to power up the time machine again. Well, we will for the sake of getting one more hint before we end this. What other hint do you have? Oh, it's not even a new one. Screw you, I'm just going to reset the game. And we will conclude this playthrough on the title screen. So, what did I think about this game? Well, for one thing, I was very much hooked on it. This was admittedly a very difficult playthrough to Let's Play. Probably would have been a little less stressful if I just was playing it during my free time. Because I had to not only figure out a route that I would be taking, but I also had to worry about editing and making sure that I edited things contextually so that they would still make sense despite all of the reloading. I hope I was able to manage that, by the way. Apologies to anybody who was hoping to use my playthrough as a walkthrough. This playthrough was definitely a little messy on my part. But yeah, I was definitely invested in this game. I was looking around for clues, trying to manage my time properly, and even after already knowing I could solve the case, I was doing all that extra stuff. Visually, the game's nice. The music is definitely interesting in how there is a different song for each day rather than a song for each location. I kind of wonder what the thought process was behind that. At the least, the music was definitely good, which is good considering how many hours straight I was listening to some songs. The characters in the game were pretty memorable, and there were plenty of them. I'm betting every character in this game has some sort of story. Like, even the crotchety old dodger who works at the hotel. I bet if I were to work at it, I could have found his story, possibly even become friends. Who knows, maybe even confidants. Though who knows, I'm not really sure whether every character can become a confidant or not. And I suppose on that note, there are a few things that I wasn't quite able to do on this adventure. How to interact with 24 Myers. I haven't found all the dating items. I don't know if we can learn about Werner-Struppel's theorem. Also don't know if he gets hooked up with Dr. Reyna. And then, of course, on the dark side of the law, I didn't break into the bank or become a hardcore criminal or partake in much gambling. In a game like this, I was not able to accomplish everything because, to the game's benefit, there's so much to accomplish. Like, I'm really surprised how much stuff is in this game, how many conversations there are. I'm betting there's an accusation process for every character. And thinking on it, I bet there's a special ending for each date as well, like there was with Mona. Although that reminds me, I wanted to find out if there was any difference between giving Mona the Crooners CD versus not. Let me find out real quick. Well, as it turns out, got the same exact ending. So it doesn't matter how well the date goes, as long as it goes well enough to go steady. Anyway, as a reminder, the game is available on Steam, so if you are interested in going through the game and trying to do some of the things that I couldn't do, date some of the characters that I didn't date, I've got a link to the game in the description. That said, I would like to thank the game's creator for supplying me with a review code so that I could show off this game. As a Let's Play, this was a pretty difficult game, but it was one that I definitely enjoyed. Now then, what comes next? Well, I did promise after I finished these developer requests that I would finish editing my Pokemon Mystery Dungeon streams, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right on that. I'm actually looking forward to the last batch of episodes. I will soon acquire a Pokemon that's important to me on a personal level. We'll be battling various legendary Pokemon, including Mewtwo, and later, Gengar will be returning to the story. For now though, that's the end of Sergeant Squidley. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.